13 years ago, I woke up on Thanksgiving morning, not to the smells of a turkey being roasted or the sound of the wind whipping autumn leaves to the ground. I woke up on the hard desert floor, surrounded by scary men that wanted $45 million dollars in exchange for my life, and they were going to use whatever means necessary to get it. People often ask me how I kept track of the days during my, as I like to refer to it, extended camping experience. But the truth is, it wasn't hard to keep track of the days or even the date because I didn't have anything to do. However, for some reason on Thanksgiving Day 2011, I was unaware that it was actually a holiday because as days turned into nights and then back into days, I held fast to the belief that a miracle was available for me and I would survive. However, on this particular morning, I took a turn when I was put on the phone with someone from my organization in the hopes of propelling negotiations forward. My captors had grown tired of the slow conversations around the ransom demand, and they wanted to talk to a family member, not reps of my organization. I'd been on several proof of life calls, but I hadn't known the person who was on the other end of the line. And so when they finally put me on the phone, my heart stopped and my hands were shaking even more than they normally would, because I immediately identified the voice on the other end of the line as my husband, Eric. Um, he sounded so scared but my relief at finding a family member on the other line and that it was my husband made me feel taken care of even in the middle of the hell that I was existing in. It was a short exchange. Eric needed to confirm that our family was in charge of the negotiations, and I made it my job to declare strongly with confidence that I did not feel, but I needed him to believe and carry the message to the rest of my family that I was okay. I was going to make it through this, and we were all going to survive it. And that would be the first and last time I heard his voice in the 93 days of my captivity. It wasn't much, but I was thankful for it, for the connection, for the vibration of his vocal cords cutting through the distance and the distress of our situation and giving me, if just for a moment, the belief that I was indeed going to survive. Looking back now, 13 years later, I'm grateful for so many things. I'm grateful I was rescued and brought back to my family and that I can pick up the phone and I can call them anytime I want. I'm grateful for my king size bed and that I don't have to sleep on the cold hard ground anymore. And more than anything, I'm grateful that I get to spend this holiday surrounded by my family with food and wine, enveloped in the safety and the warmth of four walls and so much love. When I start to doubt my path, or I get a little wobbly and lost on the direction, I pull up moments like those, which are archived in the deepest recesses of my heart, and I remember what it feels like to have nothing to give thanks for, and then how it can all change in an instant because miracles are available to anyone, anytime, anywhere. I'm Jessica Buchanan. I'm an author, a speaker, and a kidnapping survivor. And I just want to remind you that if you're spending Thanksgiving in a space of time that feels less than liberating, I hope you can pray and just sit with it for a minute and that you can hear your miracle calling. It may not be obvious, but I do believe that a miracle is visible and readily available to those who believe.